For this recipe, you're going to need a crockpot, and for the buns, you're going to need unsalted butter, warm water, yeast, honey, all-purpose flour, kosher salt, granulated sugar, brown sugar, and ground cinnamon. For the glaze, you're going to need icing sugar, the juice of half a lemon, I'm just using lemon juice, then extract, and a little bit of milk. Next, you're going to want to spread butter along the inside of your crockpot. Now this recipe uses parchment paper, but I didn't have any, so I'm just going to use foil, but you can use at your own discretion. And then you're going to brush foil with butter as well. So we can set this aside. Now we're going to take a bowl and combine our water, our honey, and our yeast into it. First, we'll add 2 tablespoons of honey. There's a cup of warm water. And a tablespoon of yeast. Combine that all together and then let it rest for about 5 minutes. You're just going to let it stand until it gets foamy. While we're waiting for this, we can start combining the filling. So for the filling, that's just going to be the butter, both of the sugars, and the cinnamon. We'll add another 6 tablespoons of butter, 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, and we'll add in our 1/4 of a cup plus 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Okay, so you can see that it's become fluffy. Then we're gonna add our salt and our flour. So we'll start with the flour. It's gonna be 3.5 cups. And 1 teaspoon of salt. Now you're going to beat it. If you have an electric mixer, you can beat this on low. I'm just going to need this, I find it easier. Then you're going to let this dough stand for 10 minutes. Okay, so now we can set this aside. And lightly flour our surface here. Preheat your crockpot as well, so I'll just put that on high. Right here, so a little bit more light. Now we're going to take our dough and roll this out into about 9 by 15 inch rectangle. Okay, so it's gonna look something like this. Now, we will take our filling and we're gonna try to spread this as evenly as we can. Something like that. Start from this one long side and we'll begin rolling the dough here. And you're just going to kind of pinch the edges as you go along just to keep that filling in. And there we have it. Now you're going to slice. You have about 10 to 12 rounds here. And you're going to cut them to be about 1.5 inches thick. Okay. There we go. Slide that slow cooker over. And we'll just arrange these into the cooker. This is what it looks like in the cooker. Probably should have just leveled it off here, but you're gonna want to take a clean towel and gather it all up at the top here. I'm just gonna tuck mine into the top of the lid, but you could use an elastic band, something like that, just so it stays tight. And that's going to help to absorb some of the moisture as they're cooking. So we'll let that cook for 1.5 hours in total, but in 1 hour we're going to come back and rotate the insert 180 degrees, and that way it's going to prevent any burning on the bottom. It's been about 1 hour, so I'm going to turn the crockpot around. And I'm going to kind of move this over because we're going to be working on the ice. So grab your bowl out again. Then you'll add in your 3 cups of icing sugar, your half a lemon, or that will also be a tablespoon and a half of lemon juice, your vanilla, which will be a teaspoon, and then you're going to add in a 1/4 cup of your milk. And you'll whisk it all together until it reaches your desired consistency. You can add in an extra tablespoon or 2 of milk, whatever is your preference. I don't mind where this is at, so I'm just going to leave it at a 1/4 of a cup. Okay, so once everything's been cooked, you can turn this off. Just laying on the cutting board here because I'm going to lift out this foil and stick it on the board. There are rolls. Turn them out onto a wire rack and let them cool. Once they're completely cooled, you can drizzle on icing.